You've probably seen Aster all over crypto Twitter and Telegram lately. Some people calling it the new king of perp dexes, others calling it a fake volume scam. One side flexes the crazy numbers, the other side questions the data and the tokenomics. In this video, I want to break down one thing. Is Aster a real opportunity, a giant red flag, or a bit of both? What's up guys, Mooney here, and today you're listening to Money Talks. Quick version. Aster is the token of Aster Perp Dex, a derivatives platform on BNB chain and a few other chains. They offer high-leverage perp trading, a spot dex, and some DeFi products on top. There are millions of users, big daily volume, and the token is listed on major exchanges. So it's not a tiny micro cap, but it's also not a comfy blue chip. This is still the messy, high-growth, narrative-driven phase. I've been following Aster for a while, and I've gone through the charts, on-chain data, sentiment, fundamentals, and the latest tokenomics clarification. For the next 30 days, my conclusion is the bias is still leaning bullish. My conviction on the bullish scenario is quite high, but this is absolutely not a close your eyes and ape in type of coin. The risk side is real. In this video, I'll show you why I ended up there. We'll start with the charts, move into on-chain and sentiment, then dig into the fundamentals and the unlock drama, and finally, I'll share 3 30-day price scenarios with probabilities and my confidence level, so you can think for yourself instead of just chasing hype. For a 30-day view, I'm focusing on 2 timeframes, 1D, daily, and 4H. On the daily chart, Aster is trading above the 20-day EMA and in the upper half of the Bollinger Bands. In simple terms, price does not look like it's about to collapse. It's also not in a crazy overbought zone. RSI is roughly in the middle, which means there's still room to move without screaming full FOMO. On the 4H chart, the story is similar. Price respects the 20-day EMA and 50 EMA. ADX is above 20, so this is a real trend, not pure chop. If you're new, just think of those EMAs as the main road price likes to follow. As long as price stays above that road, the main direction is still up. The speed changes, but the direction hasn't flipped yet. On-chain and derivative side, Aster is exactly what you expect from a perp dex token. Open interest is large. Futures and spot volume are active. Funding rates are neutral to slightly positive, not at insane levels where everyone is clearly over-leveraged long, but sentiment is split. The bullish camp points at rankings and volume and says this is the future of perps. The skeptic camp points at data inconsistencies and accuses it of wash trading or engineered volume. So my take, on-chain plus sentiment is bullish, but with a big yellow warning sign. There's fuel in the tank, but the road is slippery. Fundamentally, it's not bad at all. The protocol has real users and real usage. It has backing from serious players, it's expanding cross-chains and stacking more products. On the tokenomics unlock side, this is where it got messy. At one point, people thought the big unlocks were pushed to 2026 or 2035. After reading the official clarification, the reality is the formal unlock schedule actually didn't change. There are tokens that are technically already unlocked but unused, and they plan to move those into a public unlock address for better transparency. So, in practice, over the next 30 days, there isn't an automatic massive unlock dump scheduled as long as those unlocked tokens stay untouched. But at the same time, there's a supply overhang. Those tokens exist, and they can move one day. On top of that, there are big trading campaigns and incentives running that can boost activity and attention over the next 1 to 2 months. So for the 30-day window, fundamentals look supportive, but not clean. It's more promising with baggage than purely bullish. Now, let's talk about the part that most people skip, the risks. Volume and data drama. Wash trading accusations and inconsistent stats between data providers is not a small thing. If trust in the numbers keeps eroding and the team doesn't handle it well, the market can turn very quickly. Leverage crowd risk. As a perp dex token, degens love to over-leverage this. If price gets too one-sided and price flips, long squeezes can hit hard. Unlocked token overhang. Even if those tokens aren't moving now, they exist, and any future transfer from unlock-related wallets can be interpreted as they're selling, and that alone can trigger a panic. And regulation and exchange policy. Derivatives and high leverage are always under regulatory pressure. Any new restriction or policy change can directly hit Aster's narrative and usage. So yeah, this is not the kind of asset you buy and forget. It's high volatility, high narrative, high risk. Now, let's build the 30-day view using a reference price around 1.22 USDT, combining chart, on-chain, sentiment, and fundamentals. Bullish scenario, approximately 57% probability. In this case, Aster keeps forming higher lows above roughly 1.10 and eventually breaks and holds around 1.40 to 1.45 zone. That usually comes with strong, sustainable volume, stable TVL, and no major new FUD around tokenomics or volume data. With the information I have right now, my confidence in this bullish scenario is about 4 out of 5. I'm fairly confident about the direction, but I fully respect the fact that one ugly headline can flip the whole structure. Sideways scenario, approximately 23%. Price just oscillates inside a broad range, something like 1.10 to 1.35. Events are running, but global market sentiment is meh, or participants prefer to wait for more clarity on data and unlocks. Bearish scenario, approximately 20%. This one plays out if wash trading accusations escalate, unlock-related wallets start moving in a way the market doesn't like, or a technical or security issue pops up. In that case, a move below 1.00 is definitely on the table. This is not trading advice. This is just how I structure the next 30 days. If it goes up, what's the story? If it goes down, what's the story? So instead of asking, will it moon, you start asking, what's my thesis and what breaks it? And, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing how I read the data and how I frame the probabilities. Your money, your risk, your decision. Don't ever go all in just because of a single video on the internet, even if that video is mine. Now, I want to hear from you. With all this unlocked trauma and volume controversy, do you see Aster more as an opportunity or as a ticking time bomb? Drop a comment. Are you holding, short-term trading, or just sitting on the sidelines watching the show? If this breakdown helps you think clearer and not just chase whatever's trending, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on the notifications. On this channel, I'll keep covering hyped coins, but always with a focus on data, context, and risk, not just hype and hopium.